So one of the major reasons why Accra living is very expensive as compared to other places are the cost of rent. So basically, we all know that rent are very expensive in Accra here. But even if you are able to pay for the rent and you have a peace of mind, you would be at peace. It will be something normal like, oh, at least it's expensive. I have my peace of mind. But how would a place be expensive and you don't also have your peace of mind? Like how? So we all know that Accra landlords somehow they break out their own rules, govern their house because you are a tenant, you didn't contribute in anything building the house and all that. So you ask me that why am I talking about rent? Yes, but before that, kindly subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share. You can follow us on all social media platform Authentic Plus TV. So there are a lot of instances on the media whereby majority of the ladies, in fact, or other tenants, they come out to say what their landlords or landladies has been doing, the challenges they've been facing living in Accra houses. So there is a video surfacing on the internet concerning a lady. In fact, she stated that her name is Vera, concerning a lady called Vera who narrated or explained her experiences in a house of a pastor. Yes, so the person in question is a pastor. So she stated that when she wanted to move out from her old place, she somehow got to this man's house whereby she got a room there. She liked the room too. She wanted to accept it because where she was moving from, she needed to move early as possible. It was an immediate something, so she just needed somewhere she would feel like, oh, I can go with this or something like that. So she went for this room and then she named the pastor or the landlord as Pastor M. That was the name she gave to the man. So she stated that when she went, to that house, even though they are Gen Zs, but they don't talk to each other. And the reason why they don't talk to each other, I'm going to deliver them. So she stated that the rooms are available are about 17, but out of 17, only three are male. And then with them crampono, if they mistakenly they will be sacked out of the house, they will be given an evacuation letter that they should move out. So basically she stated that they like the tenants there, including the women, they don't even talk to each other. So one day she was there and then someone called her or the person met her and the person told her that the landlord, I've seen the landlord enter your room countless times whenever you are not around. So the lady Vera should be what careful or she should be cautious of what the man is doing. So when the person brought that or when the person came to give her that advice, she decided that no, I can't just sit and watch it. I must do something about it because why would a landlord come into my room whenever I'm not around? You ask yourself how. Yes. So basically, when she got to the house, the landlord gave her two keys instead of four for the locker. And then she asked that why is she getting two? The man told her that in his house, he gives out only two keys to the tenant. He keeps two so that in case you misplace your keys, you could come for it. The lady stated that it didn't sit well with her. Some way, somehow, I agree with her because why would I come for your room and then or your house? You tell me that you are keeping the key. Am I a kid that I won't even be able to keep? And in fact, if I misplace the key, I'll just have to change the locker. It's not on your table. It's not on your card to pay. It's on my card to pay. So the lady said it didn't sit well with her. And then the landlord said that is how he has been doing his house. He has rules. So she stated that when you go to the house, it is painted all white throughout. No wallpapers are allowed. No visitors are allowed. Nobody can overstay their visit. The minimum or the maximum people he can take in his house are only two ladies in the room. That is what he can accept. Aside that, he can't accept anything. When there is a visitor coming in through the house too, he takes pictures of the person or of the people coming and to whom they are going to visit. So indirectly, he's a spy in his own house. That is what he has been doing.
I think certain behaviors that are being normalized by Ghanaian landlords should actually stop, because I don't understand why I'll come and rent a space and then instead of giving me 4 bunch of keys, you give me two. And I question you on why you are giving me two keys out of the four, and you are making it known to me that, oh, fear, no, that is your rule. You give me two keys and then the other two you keep it in case I'm a key now, then you can use that to replace it. But the question is, I know that's a renty baby and then I'm moving out. Anything that I've damaged during my term, I'm supposed to replace it. It includes the lock. So why are you giving me 2 keys? This didn't sit well with me, okay? But I actually needed to move out of wherever I was urgently, so I decided to take the space. And there was one funny rhythm about the space that we're like 17 tenants in the house, and almost all of us are single. And I don't know why. All of us are single, and it's like just 3 boys, and most of the time 3 boys nobody, and then one pamo will be or one pamo will be. It got to a point where one of the guys made a statement to me saying he wants to be my friend, but because of the landlord he cannot be my friend, because they were warned when they came that none of them can befriend any of the girls on the compound. It didn't sit right with me. However, me, I don't do friendship. Talk less of even talking to people in my house, which I think is a bad idea one way or the other. This one time, I came back from work and then I was going. Then one of the girls stopped me and she was like, "Oh, please, I don't know your name, but I've come to realize that the landlord has been entering your room when you are absent." And I'm like, entering my room?
And we know that, majority of these landlord nowadays, whenever there is a tenancy and landlord agreement, everything there goes for them. You, the landlord, you, the tenant, is looking like you don't have a right or a say in whatever happens in the house. He is the only person that has a right in the house. So now my question is that it's actually posed to the rent controls. Is there any law for the tenant? Maybe the rights of a tenant or something, because it's like we are losing our right as a tenant. You can't go and live into in a house and then be there peacefully, especially when the landlord or landlady lives in that house. It's like there is no peace in such of those houses. I can attest to it, because personally I've been through such an experience before. So it is something which has been going on. Now, aside she thinking that okay, maybe that's how this house was. So anyway, anyhow, I need the house. It is urgent, so I'll take it. So she stated that even though the thing didn't sit well with her, she took the offer and decided that she will bring in her own people and a new locker to change it. So according to her, she discussed with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was like, okay, then let's get a new locker, and then a carpenter would come and fix. When they brought the carpenter, the man stated that he has sanctified his house. He has sanctified his house. Remember, I told you he's a pastor. He has sanctified his house and the lockers. So if they want to make any changes, they should tell him he has his own personal people that come to fix. And this is something they have also been doing. When you come, you are not allowed to bring anyone from anywhere to come and fix anything that has been damaged and all that. We understand that if I'm moving out and I've caused the damage, I am to correct it, or I'm to fix it. But this is the case that they are now telling the tenants that they have their own personal people to take care, or who are in charge of fixing things when they get damaged, including plumbers, carpenters, electricians, and all that. They have their own people. So you, as a tenant, just come to me and report it, and then I'll bring those people to come and fix it. So after he stopped them from changing the lock and all that. It didn't sit well with her. So the lady came telling her, telling her that the landlord has been coming into your room whenever you are not around. Then she decided that okay, I'm going to buy a camera. So the camera is in disguise of a cup. So she placed it on her fridge whereby it will monitor everything. So she stated that she was at work, she got a notification that someone has entered her room. So as she went to check, it was the landlord, and the landlord went straight to her bedroom. So the camera couldn't capture whatever happened in the bedroom. When she came and then she told the lady that, this is what my camera caught today. Oh. So I would buy another camera, put it inside the bedroom so that I get to see what he has been doing there. So after she purchased one camera for the bedroom, you won't believe what it caught the landlord doing.
So I checked the camera and it was the landlord. He went straight into, it's a hall and chamber, he went straight into my bedroom. I did not understand what he went to do there. So the second day, I decided to get an extra camera and put in my bedroom as well. I got a notification again, and then he entered the room, and to my surprise, this man goes into my room, search through my things, pick my undies, and sniffs them. It wasn't a joke, and it wasn't funny. Funny of all that is, he is a pastor. So I was wondering why that behavior. He isn't married. He doesn't have kids. He stays alone as well. So, like, it wasn't sitting right with me. And so I decided to confront him. I think this video is going to be too long, so I'm going to do a part 2 of it in the evening.
So the landlord has been sniffing her undies. Whenever she's not around, when the landlord comes into the room, he has been sniffing the lady's undies. So that is what he has been doing. Then the lady was like, so how would the landlord just come into my room without my notice? And then you go straight and do such a disgusting act. As a pastor, too, you don't have kids, you don't have a wife. So after that, she decided to keep it as an evidence. And then she went back to and tell the lady that this and this is what has happened. So the lady also told her experience that a lady who has been sneaking in into her room, mind you, the landlord doesn't allow the neighbors to be friends. So the landlord, the other party, so initially it was three ladies who knows of what he has been doing. So the lady Vera who narrated the story, another tenant, and who we are going to name as no, maybe tenant one, and then tenant two, the other lady. So Vera, we know her name, the other tenant one and tenant two. So as tenant two reported the whole issue, then she told Vera that this tenant two has also came to tell me this, that about what the landlord is doing and even has been doing. And with that lady, the landlord has had his way with her, promising her that he's going to, make sure that she doesn't pay for the following year or yes, other of the years, the rent. And has even impregnated the lady, threatening her to abort it. If not, he's going to kick her out of the house. So that is what the landlord has been doing. Whenever he promises other ladies this, that, so that he can have his way with you as a pastor.
So I decided to confront him, okay? Please, prior to this, when I came and he gave me the 2 keys, I thought it wasn't sitting right with me. So I told my boyfriend that I wanted to change the locks. I got a carpenter and everything. And then this man was like, he has sanctified his house. So we cannot let anybody change the locks or anything. No one touches anything in that place. You cannot even do wallpaper on the wall. He said he had a solid reason why everywhere is white. We cannot do anything. And if you are having any issue with plumbing work, your cabinet, he has his own carpenter that will come and fix it for you. Nobody from outside can come and do it. Okay. So I decided to confront him. And then just like me going all the way to the top by myself, I decided to catch the lady who informed me about the whole thing earlier. So I went to confront this lady, and I went to the lady and I was like, oh, I have video evidences of the man entering my room and this is what he's doing. I showed her everything and the lady was like, hey, she too, she's having like a similar issue which is causing her relationship currently. This is the reason why she has decided to like help me so that I can help her out. So she was like, she wants to also gather enough evidence as well so that we can all go. There is another lady who has been sneaking into her room to also come and gist her about the whole incident because the man says nobody can be friends. Apparently, he would tarnish your image to everyone. When you are fresh, he will call a meeting without you in it, and then he's going to tell the people you were a witch, you are like this, you are like that. Yes, and he will try to find ways and means to prove it to them that actually you are a witch. And if you're a stubborn person like me, oh, you will be a queen mother. So everybody is going to be like, oh, you are a witch. Okay. Then they will avoid you. So we don't talk to each other. Though we are Gen Zs, no, we don't talk to each other. No problem. So I told her that I would wait because I went to tell her the thing on Thursday. I think Thursday, yes. So I told her I am going to wait for her so that Sunday, Friday evening, made 1 a.m. Then my phone started buzzing. I picked the call because the call kept coming through. Then like I took my phone and then I put the phone on loudspeaker and then I heard, Vera, Vera, I need to pray for you. And I was like, please, who is this? Then he said, this is Pastor M. His name is M. I'm not going to mention it. He said, I want to pray for you. And I was like, by this time, okay, what is the problem? He said he has had a revelation about me and I've had an accident and he wants to pray for me. And I'm saying, okay, I am on the phone. He said, no, I should come to the top because he's also about to have his midnight prayers and it works better. And I'm like, no, I am not coming to the top. Just pray for me on phone. Then he said, okay, then there's no need spoiling my sleep. He would rather just pray for me without having to. And I said, so if you can pray for me, why then do you have to call me? He said he wanted me to come and intercede for myself. I was like, no, I am not coming. So I hung the call up and I went back to bed. So I gathered that as the second evidence of whatever I had. So I went back to the lady in the morning and I told her, that was on Friday, and how do you call it, Saturday. I told her that this is what has happened again. That was when the lady also came up with some screenshots from the third lady, okay? And in the chat, the third lady, it was like, Onene, I have something to do. And the man has promised her free rent. Apparently, he sleeps with the girls and then tell them you will give them free rent for the next year when they are in. So right now, he's like, the girl has gotten pregnant and is threatening the girl to abort it. Either than that, he's going to like cast her out and a lot of things. So the girl feel like she hasn't been treated properly, and her boyfriend too has found out and they've broken up. Adani Bebre issue. So the lady was like, this is another evidence from the other person so that we can go and accuse him. We can go and report him. Then the third lady was like, okay, so she too, she was in her room and then the man entered. So Otisa gas sent early, and since we are girls, he's coming to double check on it. Now, Uncle will fix it, Amano. And I'm so really, and I'll say yes. So she like videoed it with her phone when she realized that it was the man that was entering. So when the man entered, no, or checking any gas name, and then the man was like, hey, you, why do you always wear these nika things in the house, and spanked her? And she was like, oh, daddy, why? I was like, no, akwalaya idea was so what no. Don't do that. You are in a pastor's house. So she kept that, and then she gave me the video evidence of the man so that we can go and then confront him before we move to the police station. And I said, okay. Fast forward, Saturday anopa, I was in my room. I go to work on Saturdays too. But this particular Saturday, because we wanted to confront them and I took an off, I was in the room. Made a dining room, I met it, krr, 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 krr. That's when I realized somebody is opening my door as early as 6 a.m. So I hid myself in the, how do you call it, the back of the door. That was when he opened and then he entered. I wanted him to enter. And so Remuno, and I may ye me TPA, and I'll say, hey, oh. And I was like, please, is there any reason why you are in my room? And he was like, he can hear the shower flowing. So he came to her, why don't I? And I was like, I'm in this room. How can my shower be flowing and like I am not going to put it off? He said the only reason why he has to come there is because we are girls. So if it's like this kind of things, he has to always check on us. And I said, BB to me. And I was like, I'm perfectly fine. He can go. My boyfriend called me and he made me know that, do you know your man has been doing something and I'm okay with it? And I was like, why? He said for some time now, he just randomly sent me photos and he's like, and this person came to visit your girl. And I'm like, really? He said yes. So I told him to forward all the photos to me. My brother came to visit me. He's at the top. When you enter the compound, he's the first person at the top. Before you take the runabout turn, so he takes pictures of everybody that is coming to visit someone. So he'll be monitoring. If you are heading to person A's place, then he keeps those evidences. And maybe if you realize you have a partner or your boyfriend comes over, and he has also made it known that nobody can come and stay with you, not even for a week. Like you cannot have people in your room, not even for a week. The maximum people he has set in the room is 2 girls. That is it. So I was like, okay, his reason is the place is white. The whole compound is white. The walls are white. He doesn't want kids. was when he called a meeting, and he was like, I don't know whether he wanted to cover up for me catching him in entering my room. Then it was like, some of us are not keeping our rooms the way we are supposed to keep it. He has been to some 3 or 4 people's room, and it's like he doesn't like it. So in that context, every month he is going to come into our room twice to double check if the walls and everything, his locks, everything are intact. So everybody was protesting. That was when I got pissed, and I was like, are you trying to cover up for coming into my room? Then he said, what do I mean by that? And I was like, this is a video evidence of you in my room. Why do you enter my room when I am not around? Then he made the same excuse that I have been leaving my tap on. He has even told the other guys that this is what has been happening. And they all were like, but you too, why do you leave your tap on? I was like, so you guys actually believe I leave my tap on? I don't leave my tap on. Then I showed the other video of the man sitting in my room sniffing my undies. That was when the other lady too spoke up, and then the third one also spoke up, and then they were not knowing there is a fourth one also in the house that he is ejecting from the house, and she also spoke up. Now the only guy that was left in the house was like, so the only reason why you are allowing girls in your house is because you want to have something to do with them. So the guy was like, no, if this is the whole issue, then on a police station. So we all went to the Agbogba police station to report the issue, and then they came for the man. The reason why I am sharing this is maybe somebody is going to be oblivious like me, and you go to a space regardless of how stranded you are. Please, I beg you, a house that the landlord is in and is single, avoid it. Because if not for God, or if not that I was smart enough to find my way around, I don't know what would happen to me. Because the third girl, for instance, who was quiet, he has even been abusing her or whenever the lady threatens to speak up and those kind of things. And he is a pastor. I beg you people, be safe out there. Thank you.
So she stated her advice that if you are a young lady and you are going to rent, whenever you get to the house and the landlord, he's single, he has no kids, and then he has no one staying with, you should be scared, because these people, these are the things they are doing right now. So tenants, you go for a house and then you don't even have a right living in that house. You don't have a right. You are suffocated. So if you have faced such an experience, I would love for you to DM us. You can follow us on all social media platforms, Authentic Plus TV. Same as you can send any message through all our social media platforms, Authentic Plus TV. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.